We are going to go back to one of the stories that we've been highlighting for you, how there is a massive divide which has been edged in and these flames are being fanned over the language of Hindi. In fact, the language controversy which has been reignited this time around, incidentally, by the Tamil Nadu minister himself from the DMK, where he insults Hindi speakers as well as North Indians. In fact, the minister, and he, remember, is a repeat offender, can be heard yet again making a case for the education quality in the state, insulting Hindi speakers, claiming they were only good enough to make Pani Puri and sell. He in fact goes further to say, when people are already learning how to speak English as well as Tamil, why do they even need to learn Hindi? This, remember, viewers, is not the first time this education minister has made a comment such as this. He made a similar one earlier as well. In fact, now the BJP is demanding his resignation. Before that, let's tell you how he's made it a habit to denigrate other languages when the DMK fights for Tamil pride.
ஏங்க நம்ம ஹிந்தி தாங்க வடநாட்டில் பூரா படிக்கிறான். நம்மளால அங்கே போனான்னா அவனுக்கு ஹிந்தி தெரிஞ்சாதான் எனக்கு வேலை கிடைக்குங்கிறான். ஹிந்தி படித்தவனுக்குலாம் வேலை கிடைச்சிருந்தா அங்கே ஹிந்தி படித்தவனா இங்கே வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறான்? இப்போ பானிபூரி கடை வச்சுக்கிறான். வேலை கிடைக்குதா? பானிபூரிக்கு வந்துட்டான். ஹிந்தி என்பது அங்கே இருக்கிறவன் அவன் படிக்கட்டும். நம்ம எந்த மொழிக்கும் எதிரானவர்கள் அல்ல. ஆனால் எந்த மொழியையும் யார் மீதும் திணிக்கக்கூடாது.
அண்ணா ஹஸ் டோல்ட், அவர் ஒரு உதாரணம் சொன்னார். பூனை போறதுக்கு ஒரு வழி இருக்கு. அந்த பூனை போகிற வழியிலேயே, ஏன்னா நம்ம பேர் சொன்னாங்க ஹிந்தி படிச்சா வேலை கிடைக்கணும். கிடைக்குதா? ஹிந்தி நம்ம ஊர்ல கோயம்புத்தூர்ல போய் பாருங்க, பான்பூரி வச்சுக்கிறோம். எந்த கடை யாரு? எல்லாம் அவன் தான். ஆக அது ஒரு காலம். இப்ப ஆங்கிலம் இன்டர்நேஷனல் லாங்குவேஜ். பூனை போடுறதுக்கு ஒரு வழி இருக்கு, அந்த வழியா பூனை போகலாம். அதுல இன்னொரு நான் என்ன பண்ணாங்க, அந்த வீட்டுக்காரன் பூனை போறதுக்கு ஒரு வழியை ஓட்ட போட்டு எலி போறதுக்கு ஒரு சின்ன ஓட்ட போட்டாங்க. இது எதுக்கு அந்த சின்ன ஓட்ட போடுறேன்னு ஒருத்தர் கேட்டாங்க பக்கத்துல. எலி போறதுக்கு. ஏன்னா பூனை போற ஓட்டையிலே எலி போகாதா? We are learning international language English. What is the need for another language?
Now you heard the DMK minister. He is an education minister of the state nonetheless, and a political fight over that has now completely erupted, because it's not just the Hindi speakers, as this minister likes to call, that have taken offense or objection to what his comments have been. Also, BJP and several other parties from the south have come out and condemned these kind of comments. Listen in to that political fight that is now raging.
मोहसिन रजा जी, आपने अगर ये स्टेटमेंट सुना, ये कह रहे हैं कि जो हिंदी बात करते हैं वो तो तमिलनाडु में बस आके पानी पूरी बेचते हैं।
देखिए, एक तमिलनाडु के हायर एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर ने इस तरह का बयान दिया है तो उन्हें उस पद पर रहने का अधिकार नहीं है। एक संवैधानिक पद पर है, उन्होंने हिंदी भाषी और हिंदी को इस तरह से हिंदी भाषी लोगों को मजाक बनाया है कि वो पूरी पानी बेचते हैं। तो अगर इस तरह से पूरी पानी बेचकर अपना जीवन जीविका चलाते हैं, उनका मजाक उड़ाने का किसी को अधिकार नहीं है। और साफ तौर पर उन्हें माफी भी मांगना चाहिए पूरे देश के लोगों से। और हिंदी हमारी मातृभाषा है। हम अंग्रेजी जरूर पढ़ते हैं क्योंकि इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर हम जब जाते हैं और डायलॉग्स होते हैं वो अंग्रेजी में होते हैं, लेकिन हमारी हिंदी जबान, हमारी हिंदी संस्कृति, इसके पूरी दुनिया में लोग इसकी मिसाल देते हैं कि ये पूरी दुनिया को जोड़ कर रखने वाली हमारी हिंदी मातृभाषा जो है वो पूरी दुनिया को जोड़ती है। वसुधैव कुटुंबकम हमारी सनातनी संस्कृति है। तो इसलिए हिंदी जो हमारी मातृभाषा है उस पर सवाल उठाना और ये कहना कि हम अपने यहाँ हमारे
मातृभाषा तो नहीं है, लेकिन इट्स ऑल्सो नॉट राइट टू इंसल्ट पीपल। सर्वनर, हाउ डू यू रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट?
அவர் என்ன பேசினாருன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. அவர் ஹிந்தியில பேசுறாரு. அதுதான் சொல்றேன், தமிழுக்கும் ஹிந்திக்கும் நிறைய டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. அவர் எங்களுடைய இவர் மினிஸ்டர் வந்து என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காரு அப்படின்னா, இங்க தமிழ்நாட்டுல பானிபூரி விற்கிறவங்க தான் ஹிந்தி பேசுவாங்கன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காரு. அதுல எந்த தப்பும் கிடையாது. ஏன்னா தமிழ்நாட்டுல வந்து பானிபூரி விற்கிறது எல்லாம் யாருன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஹிந்திக்காரங்க தான். ஏன்னா நார்த் இந்தியால இருந்து இங்க வந்திருக்காங்க. தமிழ்நாட்டுல தமிழ் பேசுற யாரும் வந்து பானிபூரி விற்க மாட்டாங்க.
Okay, to translate what Mr. Saravanan is saying, and he is making a point by responding in Tamil that there's nothing wrong with selling Pani Puri, but that's not the statement that is being made, and that's precisely the point that the leaders are trying to make, that there's nothing wrong with it. Mr. Saravanan, your point taken, as you spoke in Tamil to say that there should not be a Hindi push. But our question to you is, this is not about Hindi push. This debate, he was not asked to speak speak in Hindi. That's not the debate at all. The statement that he made was simply that those who know only Hindi have no option but to sell Pani Puri. And I'll give you a reminder as well, going back just a few decades ago when this similar incidents happened in Bombay, in Tamil Nadu, there was absolute outrage. So for the DMK to take such a stance, is it not shameful?
What is wrong about it? See, is there any wrong in that statement? See, people, I'm telling you, in the state of Tamil Nadu, people who are from the Hindi belt are the ones who are selling Pani Puris, because people from the state of Tamil Nadu, they'll only sell
Okay, so it's fine to profile people like that. All right.
It's not profiling, yeah.
Well, this, of course, is a call-in show. We're asking you a simple question. Do you think this Tamil Nadu minister should apologize for denigrating other languages like Hindi? In fact, several of our viewers are calling in. Let's go across to some of them. There is Krishna as well as Rameshwar Swaminathan. Krishna is calling us from Chennai. Krishna, go ahead. What do you think?
Yes, I am calling you from Chennai. Thank you for patching my call in. I honestly feel that I was born and brought up in Chennai, all right. And every language spoken on my motherland, on India, that is everything that my brothers and sisters speak. So no language should be, insulted like this, and there should be no derogatory comments made like this. There are people across various job sectors who do various jobs. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, there might be, people who have come down here to make a living. But we are seeing people who speak Hindi in various other fields as well. So why, constrain them to only this? And it is a straightforward insult. But, this collapses the unity and diversity that we have. That is what India is all about.
Absolutely.
Okay. Every language, I strongly say that this is
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every language has its place in this country, and one should not be derided just to give another a place of respect. Thank you so much for calling in, Krishna. Another caller, Mr. Swaminathan from Hyderabad, is with us. Yes, sir, go ahead.
I want to tell you two things. One is about the link language. About the link language, what I want to say is the mother tongue which people in this country speak, it itself is not a link in the family itself. Most of the people speak English in the family, from the upper middle class to from the aristocrat to the upper middle class and middle class also. Now, the link language is only for the people who they only know either the regional language or in other non-English speaking states and the English speaking states. So
right.
They only form the maximum, and they are not at all the part of this argument at all. Another thing I want to tell you about this unifying the country, when Mahatma Gandhi and two people, they never knew any South Indian language, and they united people. The
Absolutely.
Intention is motive is more important than language.
Swaminathan, you made a very relevant point. You must unite and not divide, and the intention behind this division is very important. Let me go across to another one of our viewers, Divakaran, calling us from Kerala. Go ahead. Divakaran, if you're there with us. Well, in fact, let me go across to Martin, who's joining us from Andhra Pradesh. Martin, go ahead.
Well, ma'am, see, what he says, we have to look at it from another point of view. He is not deriding the language of Hindi. But if you go into the job part of it, our IT sector, our guys who are earning dollars for India are all working through the English medium, not Hindi, not Tamil. So the bottom line is, each state can speak their own language. But English, I feel, is compulsory if India wants to advance in the world.
Sure.
Okay.
There is no business conducted worldwide, either in Tamil or in Hindi. Learning to speak Hindi is no problem. But the BJP putting pressure on every state that they must learn Hindi is nonsensical.
Sure, the imposition of Hindi is what the DMK has been fighting for, but while they are fighting for this alleged imposition of one language, why are you being intolerant towards another language is what the question is being asked today of the DMK, and unfortunately they have no answers to that. Amrit, another caller from Kolkata, is now with us on this broadcast. Yes, Amrit, go ahead.
Yeah. It is all about the provocation the politicians do time to time. So they speak in certain way to hit the sentiment of the people. So it's not about the Tamil and the Hindi part of it, because, in North also, we have as part of our regular breakfast, but we never say the people who cook masala dosa are from Tamil. So
Yes.
this is all the political provocation they do. And you know, when it comes to the English, another part of it, it's all about how we are making our presence at international parts. So that is the other thing. The other thing, how you're living in your nation, that is another thing. So nobody is enforcing that you should go and speak Hindi. It's all about telling that, you know, Hindi is another language that you should put request on. And then you treat it as a kind of your mother language. That is what it is.
Right, very interesting point that you've made. It's about profiling using your parochial identities, which is unacceptable. Let me